Hello everybody, my name is Tide Statistic. Today I'm going to be doing a game review on this game called Tactera. Tactera is a real-time strategy virtual desktop game, which is VR and non-VR, so you don't need a VR headset to play it. If you haven't seen any of McNeil's games, I've already done reviews on them right there. But basically this is a virtual reality command and conquer. You got your multiplayer campaign and skirmish mode, and it kind of has this risk factor where you move your troops on certain tiles. Each tile has 3 different troop spots, and you end up pushing your troops and they end up pushing their troops on your troops, and then there's the statistical probability of you winning. Like, you'll either have a 50% chance, 75% chance, or 25% chance of winning, which basically it makes it easier or harder to fight them. After finishing, you move into this battle stage. As you can see, it gives you different percentages of victory, and then you end up fighting one, and then it goes and does them all for you. You do have your different selections. You get to pick 3. So I end up picking like 2 tanks and then a mortar. Then it puts you into the virtual battle zone, or the tabletop, and each one of the outposts you have to destroy and capture. Then you're able to select one of the 3 items that you selected for your vehicles or your army, whatever you want to call it, and it ends up producing. You can also upgrade your buildings and make them produce faster or make it stronger overall. Depending on the sizes of the armies depends on the size of the map. As you can see, this map is a lot bigger than the last map you just saw, with almost double the amount of space and double the amount of capture points. So this can make it a little hectic at times, and then if they start off with 3 and you start off with 2, they obviously have the advantage with more troops on ground. Each one of McNeil's games are kind of the same, but also kind of different. Like Darknet, or as an example, this game, each of them are kind of the same, where you sit into this commander's position and control armies and whatnot, but they all do different things and they all are slightly different. So it's like, it's not mirroring the game, but it is a whole new game, but with the same old feeling. Kind of like when you play Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, that they're all the same game, but they're completely different, if you know what I'm saying. I would have to say that the Command and Conquer feeling of this game is a huge plus for me. I played hundreds of hours in Command and Conquer, and it was probably one of my favorite real-time strategy games back in the day. That being said, McNeil has already created quite a few pretty good games, and I'd have to give this probably a 78 out of 100. This has a lot more potential. I really wish they would add more vehicles, because it would really spice things up, and I'll be throwing in an ion cannon. They got an ion cannon. I'll be throwing the ion cannon in a second, which looks pretty cool. If you guys liked Command and Conquer and you have VR, I would probably suggest getting this. Let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments section. If you liked my video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you want to see more, subscribe.